instead of up. I said, no, I don't know how. I know how, but I won't.
Okay. Why do so many people on the internet worry that there's a connection between Aldous Huxley's Brave New World and the Venus Project?
Because they never investigated the Venus Project. They think that it's machines that I want to use to run everything. That isn't true. Here's where they get that from. A pilot, when I was a kid, used to look out of an airplane and say, I'm about a mile high. Then some engineer invented Doppler radar. It goes down to the ground, back up, and tells you you're 5,400 feet, 20 inches off the ground. No human can do that. So I'd like to substitute that for aviators' decisions as to height. I don't want the machine to take over. I just know I'd rather use that. And in San Francisco, it gets so foggy you can't see 3 feet in front of you. So they found out with infrared cameras, they can photograph the runway. So a pilot using infrared can see the runway if you use infrared cyberscope. And that, to me, became extensional. Now, you have to understand that word. Technology, to me, is extensions of human attributes. Without a microscope, you can't see the way things are. You can only see the way they are relative to your receptors. But with a microscope, first time I saw things under a microscope, what looked smooth looked like hills and valleys. So I said, what's it really like? And the guy blew it up again, and it looked like slivers. So I said, well, yeah, but what's it really like? That's a stupid question. Depends on your receptors. With an electron microscope, you could see particles floating around each other, in which I thought I was looking for truth. Because man can't see truth. There are radio waves here that you can't see, billions of bacteria on the table you can't see. So he said the search for truth is done by people that are sincere, that have very little technical knowledge. So my vocabulary began to change, and my attitude about a truth seeker. In order to be a truth seeker, you'd have to know everything to know that which is true. So it became a ridiculous thing. And then I met a lot of people, read a lot of articles about a young lady that was about to get in an airplane. She was about 16. She said something came over, she doesn't know what, but she didn't get in that plane, and it took off nose down, and 150 people died, and she said, Jesus saved me. So she was going to speak at the Hollywood Presbyterian Church. This was 40 years ago. So I went there, and she was telling the congregation how Jesus saved her. All the feelings that came over her. And they all said, amen, God bless you. So I walked right up to the pulpit. I was not a member of that church. I said, he didn't want you, he wanted 150 people. That was just to show them, the little girl, that she was self-centered. So that I waited outside the church to see if it affected anybody. And they shook my hand. They said, I'm so sorry, I used to think that way too. Which is good. I didn't want anybody. Like 4 of your kids were killed in a car accident and one wasn't. The mother said, Jesus saved him. It's just where he was sitting in the car in relation to the impact, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I began to think, why are there car accidents? Why can't we put a proximity device on a car? So if a guy wanted to run into you, he couldn't. Because the proximity device would turn on your brakes.
I think what you've, I'm glad you just raised this. I think many people, including myself, are scared of a world where our free will is controlled or curtailed by machines.
Okay. But do you understand the Doppler radar?